It's our final segment this evening of the Screen Team on today's Talk 930 KWOC. We've got Michael on the panel. We're doing some reviews this evening, and I want to remind you the show is being brought to you by Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, where Walmart is next door to us. Also, Poplar, Bluff Drywall, and Fearless Social. We're going to finish up with Kindergarten Cop. This movie came out in 1990. It's a comedy film directed by Ivan Reitman, and it stars Arnold Schwarzenegger. He is a cop who goes undercover as a kindergarten teacher. Now, let me ask you something, Michael. If you are on a board of a major studio and someone pitches this idea to you, do you accept it?
Is Arnold going to be shirtless? That's
it's all in the delivery,
I guess,
huh?
it really is what about is going to be selling at that time. Okay, we need another hit kids movie for this genre in this area. So I think that's kind of the way they look at it, is what is going to be a hit for certain target audiences. But I
will say one thing. The idea or the premise to me seems ridiculous. Like, if I was reading this, if I was telling you, like, today, like, say we knew nothing about Kindergarten Cop. If I said, hey, we've got
is
Mark,
like a dare officer, Kindergarten Cop.
We got Mark Wahlberg. Okay, he's a cop, but
Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne Johnson, something like that. We'd be like, oh, this movie's going to stink.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
But for some reason, this movie works.
And it turned out to be a classic, I think.
I agree.
This was when Arnold was still Arnold. He was a superstar, action movie star. So I think that's part of the allure, is the fact that you have this action star like Arnold Schwarzenegger, who everyone wants to see flexing at some point, coming into this dealing with small children.
Right.
And that by itself is hilarious because he's such a big guy.
Of course.
And he carries that accent, so naturally he's a very intimidating figure. But
what's a ferret? That's a ferret.
Take your toy back to the carpet.
I want to be a princess. Take it back.
I know oftentimes you and I, over the years have quoted this movie so many times. But, to me, it's like, I love this movie because not for just nostalgic reasons. I mean, I could still remember the theater I was in when I saw it, who I was with, and then, buying it when it came out on video and watching it with, over and over as a kid. But it really is, it's a good movie. It's obviously it's not an award-winning movie, but there's so many classic lines in it that you could just pause through and laugh over and over, and it doesn't get old. I actually had a friend of mine back in California who is one of the students in the film.
No way.
Yeah, in school. He wasn't one of the main ones.
Oh, okay.
But he... actually the town that they filmed it in, Astoria, Oregon, I believe, they filmed so many movies at that location because it's such a beautiful area.
Goonies.
Exactly.
Teenage
The
Mutant
Ring
Ninja Turtles
2,
3.
I think,
Yeah. Actually, Sabrina and I, we went on a vacation in the Northwest, and that's where we started our trip, was in Astoria. And we saw the house where Goonies was filmed.
Really?
We saw The Rock, where, Goonies was filmed as well. But we also saw the school where Kindergarten Cop was
really cool.
was shot. In this, it's a very, very unique and cool little community.
It's beautiful. It's by the ocean right there, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's a beautiful town, beautiful setting. Movie's great. You've got, of course, Arnold Schwarzenegger. He is fabulous, but also a good supporting cast as well. There's a lady named Pamela Reed who plays Arnold Schwarzenegger's partner in the film, and she is hilarious. She's like,
she goes Ursula, his sister. Yeah,
and she's like always hungry.
Exactly, she's always eating. Yeah,
she's always eating
and
in this
she
film.
Gets food poisoning. Yeah, that's
because originally she was supposed to be the person undercover.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's the part. Yeah, I thought you meant.
And she got sick.
Yeah.
And then Arnold Schwarzenegger takes over for her.
Yeah, that's what.
But my favorite line of hers is at the very end where she knocks out the bad guy's mom. And she's like, "Not so tough without your car, are you?"
Oh man, I'm sorry, but my mind just totally derailed.
No, I mean, there's so many different points in this film.
I think I heard rumors that they were going to make a second one. Is that correct?
I heard they're going to make a remake.
Oh God!
Which is exactly what we were talking about.
Yeah, I think it's like, just leave it alone. it's a piece of art as it is, and let's do something different.
They can't, man. They can't. You know, it'd be funny though if like they did like a sequel, and like the kids of the cast are adults, and they have to take care of Arnold Schwarzenegger or something like that. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger's in a home, and they gotta take care of him.
Here's your steroids. No.
I know it's. This movie came out when I was 10, so this was, I guess, a perfect age for me. What do you think is the perfect age for a child seeing this? Because there are a few cuss words and a little scary scenes here.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the age you just listed is probably a good age, around the age of probably 8 or so minimum. You know, under that, yeah, I mean, it's PG-13. I don't remember, maybe PG.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
Yeah, because I know it. There are a few spots in it, you know, that are awesome where Arnold has to, you know, take someone out because of an abuse of a child.
Right.
And that's one of the funny parts after, because the principal of that movie reminded me, she looked and sounded just like my 4th grade teacher, Mrs.
No
Witcher.
way.
So every time I saw it, I was like, that's Mrs. Witcher.
Yeah.
So when I would see her, I'd be like, how did it feel to hit that, you know?
Hit that SOB.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, and like parts like that, there's a couple of cuss words in it, you know, but overall, compared to what we see now, it's extremely mild, you know, so.
That's very true.
Yeah, probably, you know, 8 to 10 range, I think, would start to appreciate it, because younger than that, they're probably get kind of bored with it.
Okay.
But
the film is called Kindergarten Cop. You can find it on pretty much DVD anywhere you go. Michael, dude, this has been so much fun talking about these movies with you, man.
I appreciate you having me on.
I appreciate you talking the rap with me about these films. We're going to be back next week with a brand new edition of the show. I got Sabrina coming in the studio, and we're going to be doing some pretty interesting flicks. Have you ever seen the movie Splash with Tom Hanks?
Oh, yeah, Daryl Hannah?
Daryl Hannah?
Yeah, that's an awesome movie.
We're going to be reviewing that one. We're also going to be reviewing a movie that came out back in Thanksgiving called The Good Dinosaur, one of the new Pixar films.
I've heard of it. I didn't see it, though.
And we're going to finish off with a new film that's out now. It's called Deadpool. It's a rated R comic book movie, and we're going to get freaky with that.
Hilarious.
So that's coming your way next Saturday at 6 p.m. For Michael, for Chris, for Sabrina, we are the Screen Team on today's Talk 930 KWOC.